Hi guys, it's Laura here, coming to you from my bed. It's September 1st, 2014, and I just woke up and I thought, hey, I'm not ready to get out of bed yet, so I'll do my video in bed. So, um, for those of you who don't know, my name is Laura's the Inspiration. Um, I am 3 years, 2 months post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy, and 1 year post-op, 1 year and 2 months, 3 months post-op 360 body lift, medial thigh lift with Dr. Katzen, and 1 year, 2 month post-op breast lift and augmentation and brachioplasty, that's the arms, with Dr. Katzen as well. Last summer I had very intense summer of plastic surgery, and this summer I got a chance to enjoy it. So for my August update, let's see, not much went on. I am a preschool teacher, so we still had summer school. Summer school ended the beginning of the month, and then we had cleaning week. Last summer I really wasn't there for cleaning week because I was having my reconstructive surgery, so it was interesting to be there. We take down all the beds, all the toys, we scrub them down, we get everything clean, and, before I would lose my energy and, not be able to, I'd have to take breaks here and there. This time, the only time I was taking breaks was to eat my snack that I did take with me, so that I had enough, I was able to keep that energy level up. I guess one other thing that I did was, because we were going in early into work, I got up in the morning before and worked out, which was a little crazy. So I got up and I had to be at the gym by like 5:30 instead of normally being there at 6:30, and that hour could make a big difference. So that was fun. Not really. Let's see. During the second week of cleaning week, I also went to the Obesity Help Conference. That was interesting. The only other conferences I've ever gone to were the WLSFA, Weight Loss Surgery Foundation of America. I found them via Facebook and YouTube. And that group was originally started as people meeting, and then Antonia turned it into a great foundation that has helped, I want to say, helped at least a dozen people with like maybe emergency money that they need for their surgeries. If you've got everything lined up, but then all of a sudden you need this payment that you had no idea you needed. They've also funded, I think, 5, maybe 6 full surgeries. One was a reconstructive surgery, but the other ones have been weight loss surgeries completely, with the OR fees and anesthesia. And I'm pretty sure the doctors were done on like a voluntary basis, so that's amazing. So that's the group that I'm used to seeing, those people. So the OH conference, I chose to go to this one because I know they were having the East Coast meet and greet as well, but I couldn't afford to fly, and this one was literally in my backyard, 30 minutes away, Manhattan Beach. I was able to stay at my aunt's house. She lives in Manhattan Beach, so it was really good. And I knew there was going to be some people that I know via Facebook and YouTube were going to be there. And so I thought, hey, might as well go. I didn't go to the WLSFA because it was in Florida. At the time, I couldn't afford that. So this was just something easier for me to do. And it was interesting. I got interviewed by Yvonne, a bariatric girl, for Dr. Katzen, and I think for something she's putting together for the Obesity Help Conference. And I got interviewed by the Obesity Help Conference as well. I don't know if those will ever make it up, but that was fun. They asked me questions about me and my journey and, how far I've come and things like that. The one difference that I did know between the two conferences, I feel like the obesity help is what it is. Like it says, it's to help people who are obese. So a lot of the people who were there were either like fresh newbies, as we call them, just a couple months post-op, or they were people who were looking to get help. And so obesity helped a lot of their stuff that they had. They had, the people from Mexico. They did have the reconstructive doctors as well. Dr. Katzen was there. But it seemed like it was more geared towards people who needed the help, which makes sense because that's the name of the organization. I feel like the WLSFA, although they are there to help as well, because they do, save, their motto is saving lives one grant at a time. I feel the vibe is just a little bit different. In both cases, you're going to find people who are coming together to either, one, meet and greet, or two, find education, or they're there to hear the speakers, because there was a lot of people hanging out by the pool, going to the beach during the time of the speakers. And I will have to say, my husband and I, we didn't go to all of the speakers as well. There was a few that I went to, but a lot of them I skipped. My purpose there was to see people. It was also, Graham Elliott was there from MasterChef. So that was fun seeing him and hearing, his journey so far with his vertical sleeve. So that was fun. There were certain aspects, but I do understand for a lot of the people like myself who are 3 years out, it's more about seeing people that you haven't seen, hanging out and things like that. There's a lot of craziness going on, the craziness that I heard of. But, other than that, it was fun. I knew a couple of people there, but I did feel a little bit out of the loop because a lot of the people had met each other prior at the 2013 Obesity Help Conference, and that was my first conference. So I'm looking forward to the one in April for the WLSFA. It's going to be in San Diego, so that'll be fun. Another one that's close to my husband and I. So that was that. What else? School started for us. We started last week. We had a 4-day week because we had Friday off. And then coming up is going to be another 4-day week because we got today off, Monday. It's a little crazy. I have 16 boys in my class and 5 girls. So it's a little crazy, very loud. But for the week, because my schedule is different now, I'm working from 8 to 5 instead of 9 to 6. I've been getting up in the morning and working out. And I've been really diligent about it because I don't want to slack off, especially going into, on September 25th, I'm going to start school. I'm going back for my master's and my teaching credential. And so I'm probably going to be, my workout schedule is going to be all over the place. I'll be working out in the morning, working out in between classes. It's going to be crazy. And so I want to keep that going. Just like after I'm done making this video, I plan on going to the gym and working out. I want to keep that going because I know that I don't want that part to fall to the wayside. If making videos, unfortunately, or if checking up on Facebook falls to the wayside, I'm fine with that. I just do not want my fitness to fall. I haven't stepped on a scale in a while. I did go see my surgeon this month, on the 20th for my vertical sleeve surgeon, my weight loss surgeon. I saw him. I haven't stepped on a scale since I saw him. I was 196 when I saw him. Last time I saw him was November of last year. I was 190. We talked about weight gain. He asked me if I feel good at the weight I am. I told him I do. I feel great. And he said, good, that's fine. Being 3 years out, you just want to make sure that you are still watching the scale. He said my iron levels were kind of low. Sorry. By just like a smidge low, but it's something to watch because he doesn't want it to get out of control. So I am taking iron pills now. I've been taking them for 3 days and I'm already noticing the effects as far as the bathroom goes. It's not as easy to go. Definitely trying to get my water in. Last time I took iron pills, it was like, okay, I'm just going to say it was like giving birth out my ass. I'm sorry. It hurt. It hurt and it was hard. And so I'm definitely more diligent this time. I might not take a pill every day just because I was just a smidge low. The pills are really small, so it's not like I can cut them in half. So I might do every other day instead. And then I have an appointment with him in February to check it up. He said, because he said, oh, I'll see you in 6 months. And I said, oh, okay. Well, that's kind of confusing. And he said, oh, well, since we're working on your iron levels, I want to check in 6 months and make sure that you're okay. And I was like, okay, well, that's fine. So he was really happy with where I am, my fitness. He did ask me, he's like, how often do you eat things you're not supposed to? And I'm like, I said, I told him, and not trying to give excuses, but being 3 years out, I have found that there are things that I can eat that I used to eat before surgery. I gave myself around a year, from what I can remember, of trying to be extremely diligent with my food and tracking and everything like that. But I started talking about ice cream. He said, "Oh, that's so interesting." I said, "Yeah, I do feel like I do get the dumping that people with R&Y get." And he said, "That's really common, especially how fast your stomach decides to push things through. So if you have or if you have ice cream in your stomach." And he asked if it was with any sweets, and I said I usually find it with more ice cream because it's more liquidy. It's not as solid as like cake or whatever. Like with cake or cheesecake, I know my stopping point. With ice cream, I could just keep eating it, but then I feel sick. My heart starts racing, my palms get sweaty, I get sweaty, I get nauseous. And there have been times, over the past 3 years, at least a dozen times where I've thrown up, but it's not like a flu where it's throw up. It's just kind of like burping and then ends up coming up, and it's really gross. So he said that's common. I don't get like, I get the throwing up. I don't get like the diarrhea. So he thought that was interesting, and he definitely made a note of that. So that's about it. The only other thing I wanted to mention was fitness wise, I've been doing really good, at least 30 to 45 minutes, 5 to 6 days a week. And on Friday, the day that I had off, I went to the Rose Bowl, which is really close to me. And I ran around that whole freaking thing, jogged. I wasn't running, around that whole freaking thing nonstop. And I've never done that. In my whole 3 years of being post-op, I've never done a 5K nonstop on the pavement. I did once. This is my second time. Once at the gym, 3 miles nonstop. But the gym, running on the treadmill, is completely different than running outside. And I wanted to quit a couple of times. However, this song came on. It's by Megan Trainor. It's called All About the Bass. I'm sure you guys have heard it before. So I'm just going to play a small clip.
Because I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, no trouble. I'm all about that bass, bass. Yeah, it's pretty clear. I ain't no size 2, but I can shake it like I'm supposed to do. 'Cause I got that boom that all the boys chase, all the right junk in all the right places.
So that song came on while I was running, and I really liked it. This is the YouTube video, if you guys can see. But she's really cool, and I like her song, and I like the message, about not having to be a size 2, and, just, I don't know, it just really motivated me. And I also found a Pandora channel called Running, and then in parentheses, it's Radio Mix Radio. So Running, Radio Mix Radio. And that was really fun. It had some upbeat music. So that was my accomplishment. Yay! For the month of August, was running 3 miles nonstop. And outside is much harder. And even though the Rose Bowl seems like it's flat, there are areas where there's a little bit of a hill, and it's hard. I did it in 40 minutes. I did I did 3 miles in 40 minutes, but I did it 3.1 in 40 minutes. So not my best time, and I got passed up many times. However, I did the whole thing. So it's a personal NSV accomplishment. Of course, there were tears of joy, and I was trying to hide it because there was a lot of people around. But anyway, that's about it for me. So coming up next month, I start school at the end of the month, and I'm going to keep on my fitness, and that's about it. So hope you guys have a great month, okay?